But the panel was a great segue for what we're really here to talk about. I'm with Unibind, and it's all about, for us, how to get it into the book. Basically, we're a global company. We're started in Puurs, Belgium. That's where our manufacturing is. Started in 1939. We're also a family company. We began our company based on looking at the presentation world, and a lot of people making presentations by doing the old pull and punch method. Very labor intensive, and the quality of the bind wasn't very good as far as binding quality and presentation quality. We wanted to have a high-end look and have a very easy-to-use type of machine. So with that, we invented our Unibind XU series and a lot of other series of machines before that. It's very simple technology. You put it on the machine, put the book on the machine, put the papers into the book, and red light comes on, red light turns green in a minute and a half, and the book is bound. All into the copy center market. That's really where we put a lot of emphasis until about 4 years ago, when Apple came to us and or came to us through one of their OEM partners and asked us to make a binding machine and a book for this photo book world. Now, of course, we had some smaller independent guys using it for proof books and whatnot, so we had a little bit of experience in the photo market, but we really didn't know a lot about it. So when Apple came aboard, we realized there were some struggles also in the commercial printing market, especially in regards to photo books. Peak season is a major problem. 60% of the business is done in a 2-week period in photo books. And how do you scale up, scale back with machinery and labor with those numbers there? What we've done is we've looked at that market and said, okay, let's build machines that will help embrace those struggles. So we've got a very easy XU series, like I said, the tabletop model for low volume output and off-peak production. You can see it, I don't know if this works, but this is the tabletop model. Cost-effective, labor-reducing, easy-to-use model. And then we've got a 1025 right here. This is a machine that can do, I think, something around 200 books an hour. Somewhat labor-intensive, but we invented 2 machines recently to really embrace the automation and also the peak season needs of a photo book company. The first one is the Casemaker 750A. This is actually just released at Print 09 this year. It wraps 400 custom cases an hour. So basically what we do is we sell just a blank board that has a tacky substrate on there, and this machine will wrap it, and I'll show you a video real quick in a second on how it works. But it's minimal labor. One person needed. It's basically push-button technology, and you're doing 400 books an hour. You can do sizes between 5x7 and 12x14. But then the casing in part of it, so the Casemaker 758 is basically what makes the hardcover case. Then we've got to get the pages into the book, and that's where our BCC10 and the XU series come into play again. The BCC10 now takes those cases that we've made, those custom cases or classic photo book cases or short-run publishing, any type of hardcover, and binds or cases in the book block at 400 an hour. Again, minimal labor required. One person needed to achieve the max output. It has a crimping mechanism in there that actually minimizes your SKU, so you
Interested
only need...
in maximum productivity with maximum reliability? Discover BCC10 and improve your output and productivity on binding. Bind up to 400 photo books or steel books per hour in an easy and secure way. Operating the machine is very simple. Insert the pages in the empty photo book or steel book covers. Place the books in the loading tray and slide them into the machine. In the same movement, finished books are slid out of the machine. The machine will do all the work. It binds, crimps and cools automatically.
Replicating the casing in process.
The resin in the spine of the books is heated and becomes liquid. Then the pages sink in the melted resin. The spine is then crimped. Crimping reduces the amount of spine sizes needed and improves the overall aesthetics of the book. The books are then cooled down to guarantee a perfect and permanent result. The finished books can now be removed from the output tray of the BCC10.
Okay, so that's how the BCC10 works, and it's important to know, we mentioned in the panel discussion, we're worried about the longevity of the bind and whether it's archivable or not. Well, our books made on the BCC10 have been tested, and it is archivable. It lasts over 100 years, and we've actually done some work with Kodak, one of our partners, to ensure that our books are image stable. So we've done some testing there as well, and worked with the components of our books to make sure that they will preserve your pictures. Now, the printing part of it obviously is something that we still have to work on, but as far as the binding part, we've got that down pat. So no need to worry there on preservation when using Unibind technology. We also looked at the retail lab market and noticed there was a need in the retail lab for solutions, very easy solutions, very cost-effective solutions, obviously, again, labor-reducing solutions to make products off of the kiosk. We invented a book binding technology called the MyBook, or a lot of people refer to it as a staple binding system for the retail lab. No machinery is needed. Basically, it's a 12 by 12 box that contains all the tools, which is a guidebook and a stapler and a 2-minute DVD on how to make a book. We've now got this in like 14,000 plus locations in the U.S. All of CVS, all of Walmart. We've got Target uses a little bit of a different system, but 14,000 locations are now making books on demand. So you go to that kiosk, you build your book online on the kiosk, and then a few minutes later you've got a completed hardcover book. This is how it works, basically the step-by-step process. It's really 5 simple steps. You're stapling your book block together with 2 end sheets, holding it together, and then taping it in to the hardcover. So very, very simple, user-friendly way to make books in minutes. For the retail lab also, we're looking at a lot of other solutions. To anything that you can make off the kiosk, we want to be able to present a product to the lab environment. We created a smart calendar. We know that the calendar is a bulky machine that is needed right now. It's that punch binding machine. It weighs about 40 pounds. The amount of volume that's done in a retail lab, it's not a cost-effective solution. So we created a custom calendar with no machine needed. What we've done is we've really done all the labor for you ahead of time. So we're shipping basically just end sheets with a glue strip on there and a guide tray, and it's very easy now to just print those pages at the retail lab and then put them on top of the calendar, and in 2 minutes or less you got a completed calendar. Here's the step-by-step process on the calendar. I think this is in over 15,000 locations in North America now, probably about 12,000 in the U.S. alone.